Hi everyone, time to talk about Cosan Limited first quarter 2020 results. The year began with good expectations for Brazil, considering good perspectives for global growth and improved local indicators. But everything turned upside down by mid-March. It was a perfect storm-type sequence of events. Oil prices collapsed, we faced a criminal cyber attack that temporarily halted some of our operations, and then social distancing policies adopted in various regions of the country resulted in sharp decreases in demand, particularly for natural gas, fuels, and lubricants. And the Brazilian real had the worst performance against emerging market currencies. We shifted gears immediately to deal with the pandemic, preserving health and safety of our people and our operations, considered essential to the country. We donated 17 million reais as a group and put our management capabilities and leadership to serve the Brazilian society. I'll give you an overview of first quarter results as usual, but also talk about impacts and updates of the pandemic per business, starting with energy. Raízen Combustíveis adjusted EBITDA decreased in the first quarter. The sharp drop in oil prices, followed by diesel gasoline and consequently ethanol, explain inventory losses, only partially offset by import gains deriving from Raízen's supply strategy. The cyber attack temporarily interrupted Raízen systems, affecting sales around mid-March. Operations fully returned to normal in the days following the event, but then social distancing measures hit volumes badly. Motorcycle volumes were severely affected. Diesel volumes had a better performance, supported by heavy transportation and agribusiness demand. Raízen launched a set of measures to support its resellers and franchisees during the pandemic and renegotiated its main supply agreements in order to adapt them to the new reality. Since the end of the quarter, volumes have been improving gradually, I'd say above expectations, namely from May on, except aviation of course, and we see better environment with prices catching up. Raízen Argentina adjusted EBITDA was hard hit as the lockdown was more stringent in that country. Moreover, inventory levels are higher given integrated nature of operations. We also observed some demand pickup there, while concerns related to pricing policies remain. Raízen Energia adjusted EBITDA reached record levels this quarter, following volumes concentration in line with commercialization strategy and hedging supporting good prices. The 2019-20 crop year EBITDA also increased on higher sugar sales and better prices of all products sold. We're actually pretty well hedged for the 2021 crop year that just started, both on sugar and ethanol. Moreover, usual ethanol price reduction, typical of the beginning of the crop, was exacerbated by falling oil prices and demand disruption, likely offering good carry and trading opportunities for Raízen this year. Comgás normalized adjusted EBITDA increased as well despite lower volumes, due to better mix and inflation passed through to tariffs. Industrial and commercial segments were affected by pandemic in March, while residential sales improved over the last 12 months on new connections and lower temperature. The impact of pandemic on industrial and commercial segments remains, while residential sales have been strong on stay-at-home habits, which is good for sales mix. We were surprised by the number of new connection requests, looking for a safer fuel. Moreover, despite the agreement with State of São Paulo on no gas supply curtailments to households and small commerce until May 31st, delinquency rates remains under control. Moove posted another quarter of robust results, yet pandemic hit demand in all countries, offset by better results of international operations in reais and reversal of a payment provision related to the acquisition of US operation. Demand enjoyed some pickup ever since on countries where social distancing measures have been relaxed. Despite the challenges, Cosan S.A. pro forma adjusted EBITDA increased yearly, mainly driven by record results at Raízen Energia. Net income was negatively affected by mark-to-market of shares held by Season 3, as well as foreign exchange effect on the non-hedged portion of the perpetual bond. The company ended up consuming cash in the quarter as we prepaid debt and bought back shares, but even so, net debt to pro forma EBITDA decreased sequentially. Now logistics. Rumo's transported volumes decreased yearly. January volumes were seasonally weaker, improving significantly in February as exports began to flow. March was supposed to be a good month as well, but operational restrictions due to the excess of rains and a criminal hacker attack prevented the company from capturing higher volumes. Crop setbacks down south, combined with lower industrial volumes towards the end of March due to the pandemic, also contributed to weaker quarter. Rumo reduced grains throughput in Santos, explaining market share reduction. Adjusted EBITDA contracted accordingly, also affected by lower tariffs. Lower operational leverage resulted in EBITDA margin reduction, offsetting efficiency gains in the quarter. Adding to lower operational results, a non-cash write-off adjustment related to shift to hedge accounting explained net losses incurred, and broad net debt to EBITDA increased sequentially on lower LTM EBITDA. There were uncertainties regarding soybean exports in the beginning of the year, but global trade is now expected to increase as China rebuilds inventories. Moreover, the real depreciation increased competitiveness of the Brazilian grains, accelerating exports from Mato Grosso state this year and calling for good volumes in the second quarter of 2020. Now Cosan Limited. Combining Cosan SA and Rumo, CZZ pro forma adjusted EBITDA increased compared to last year, mainly driven by Raízen Energia and Comgás positive numbers. Net income, however, increased more than 3 times, benefiting from mark-to-market of derivative instruments and US dollar functional currency. Well, as we face so many challenges, we grow confident on the strength of our portfolio. Cosan was one of the first companies to access banks in Brazil, and we managed to strengthen our cash position with 7 billion reais worth of additional credit lines, while maintaining our indebtedness levels around 2 times net debt to EBITDA across the group. Cosan SA launched the 600 billion reais buyback program, and CZZ increases its exposure to that company's performance through a total return swap, following a capital allocation strategy without compromising cash position for now. We announced the creation of Compass Gas and Power to connect gas supply and demand in Brazil and integrate gas and power in the country following global trends. And the recently announced renewal of Paulista Network opens the floor for additional opportunities at Rumo. One last thing, concluding the succession plan we announced in the beginning of the year. Marcus Lutz resigned from CZZ and its subsidiaries boards to be fully dedicated as chairman of Rumo board. His position as vice chairman of the boards will be taken by Marcelo Martins, our CFO. The level of uncertainty regarding the pandemic itself and the pace of economic recovery remains quite high all over the world. Add to that political issues in Brazil. But without disregarding the risks that lay ahead and keeping up with the good work we have done so far, we continue to think long-term and stick to our sustainable capital allocation principles, targeting a cleaner energy offer to our customers and building efficient and reliable logistics for Brazil. We believe to be well-positioned to capture the opportunities that usually arise during crisis times and in a transformed and ESG-conscious post-COVID-19 world. We remain focused in assuring our people are safe and our company prepared to endeavor those unprecedented times. But we're ready to capture opportunities as normality resumes, sooner rather than later, we hope. Please check our website for additional details and stay safe.